This is Bentley. We're going to do a nice basic trim. He's got a little bit extra heel growth here, and we've already chomped off a little bit at the toe. You can see, just level him up. A couple little chunks out here and there from running around pasture. So we're just going to even him out. Toe got a little pointy, so we're going to take a little of that off. Probably tell by the sound of that, he has a good firm hoof, good texture. Pare out his sole a little. Okay, that opened this hoof wall up that we can go around and trim this, even him up. Take some more off the toe, clean it up from the outside. We'll come back and neaten this up in a bit. All right, this horse is great to work on. He gives you his foot real nice. I think we were the first ones to start using some of these power tools, DeWalt power tools on horses, and they take to it real natural. Helps us save a couple beads of sweat while we're doing this, and gives us a nicer, neater job when we're done. We'll dress the outside of this hoof just for appearance and make sure there's no wickers or anything sticking out. Be considerably different to shoe him. We're just getting a real natural, nice foot here now. That's finished product. We'll go on bottom, clean that up a little bit, and he'll be all done. Now we'll finish up the bottom here. These bars were a little bit high. Make sure that little black spot's not an issue. Nothing there, no abscess, nothing. And we like to use the sander here as well. Use that to level the foot and clean everything up. We want this nice and level. We don't want him to feel like he has a lump in his sock. You imagine how that would feel for months. Make sure this little Divot's clean and not an issue. Run the rasp over it, just make sure we are level. Absolutely level. Finished product. Make sure there's nothing down deep in the cracks next to his frog. Nice and clean. You can see two different feet. This one on the right, his right foot, is totally finished. This left foot's just roughed out, bottom trimmed off. We're gonna come up and sand it and balance it out. We got a little wing out here in this outside edge we're going to take off just to even him up. See how nice he is about this. So set him up here where he's good and comfortable, and if he's comfortable he'll stay standing good and we'll be comfortable. There you go. You have a nice even job. He'll stay sound. Won't have any cracks. Make him last a long time. So this 3-year-old mare's been shot a couple times, so she might move a little bit, but we thought we'd give you an example of what it's like to shoe in stocks. Generally speaking, our horses are fully trained to stand real nice freehand, but thought we'd give you an example of what it looks like in stocks. And a lot of people back can't take freehand shoeing, or they don't have their horses trained good enough, or their farrier doesn't want to do it freehand. Either way, this gives you an example of it. The hammer's just going to trim this, get rid of some of the bars and some of the dead saw. Got to level it up. She was barefoot on this foot. She shucked the shoe off, so she has a couple wickers out of it. We've got to level it all up and kind of start fresh again. Went and grabbed some shoes out of the shoeing shed. Just a quick guess at what she might wear. We'll clean them up a while. We're real big on these DeWalt power tools, angle grinders. We have wire brush set up on another one as well, and really works nice. Has a sanding disc on it. We'll dress up the outside a little bit, and we'll use this also to level up on the bottom, which told you in previous videos, kind of an acquired skill. Most guys are used to using just a rasp. We pretty much use a rasp to check ourselves, make sure the feels of level is truly level before we put a shoe on. But most time we hit them just about perfect with the angle grinder. Hammer's got a good feel for level, a good eye for level. It's one of the biggest parts of making a shoe stay. If you have a shoe sitting there rocking, it just will definitely wiggle loose over time. So we got to start out with a nice level job. And then, as he says, you can clinch it tight. So he's wicked strong and does a good job clinching, and that makes him nice and tight. He'll hit it with the angle grinder here and show you how he levels it. We talked about draft horse having an asymmetrical hind foot. And doing this from the bottom will definitely show you that. And as we said, that's so that they can bend their hind leg properly when they're pushing off in that driving motion, when they're pushing into the collar in order to move a load forward. You see this mare moving around a little bit the last few minutes. She's actually not fighting her leg. She's actually rubbing and itching on the straps that are there to support her. She found an itchy spot. She's scratching. All right, Hammer's working on this inside toe. Found a little high spot. We'll work and check it with the rasp here. Give it a couple of licks of the rasp. As we said before, we want it nice and level. You like it? We're using a combination of 10s and 12s. The inside branch will get some of the smaller nails. We want to clinch them right where they start to bend, where they start to narrow. So we're going to pick out the smaller nails for the lower spots. It's one of the downfalls of using stocks. You don't get to move with the horse. You don't get to feel and move, so you end up missing your nail half the time when they get wiggling around on you. So Hammer's using a rasp on the tip of the nail, working real hard at getting a nice, clean, crisp clinch. One of the things you notice when moving around here cutting nails, you get yourself in some real awkward positions. It's like not normal horseshoeing positions because you're got that foot hanging out there in midair. But everybody learns to adapt. We're not real used to shoeing in stocks because we almost never do it. Like I said before, this is just for an example. But if somebody's got a real bad back and they still want to shoe or something, it does make it a possibility for a man or a woman or whoever, you know, wants to get in under a horsehair and shoe it and doesn't want to get jerked on. Did a nice job clenching. Gonna have to let this foot down and work at it from the front now to clean up those clinches properly. What he did there was he just seated the nails and did the first bend on the clinch. Ooh, girly. You watch Hammer when he moves around here, he's got to be smooth and clean with his hands so he doesn't get an arm between her foot, leg, whatever, and that post. Get your daggone arm broke. Going to do this to get these clinches set down real nice, trim off a little excess toe, grind it in, all things we'd normally do on a foot stand in front of a horse. But in this particular case, being in the stocks, that's not an option. We got to use this position here. I'll give you a better camera angle so you can see what Hammer's actually seeing. You might notice we have a shipping boot around her leg, and it's a real soft rope that we're using. On top of that, we don't cause any abrasions. These stocks, again, are used for a horse that's maybe either untrained, or unruly, or poor farrier that's working through rehab of some type from an injury on a horse maybe, or something like that. Just a way to continue to shoe a horse when you couldn't otherwise achieve that. Right there, the way you left her foot down easy, that just aids in her training for when you're shoeing her freehand. That particular horse, when they do that, it's the exact same motion they would feel when you're shoeing them free. Nice job, Hammer.